Hello Scorpio, this is part 2 to April reading. Please check out part 1 if you haven't already, because this is going into the crossing energies of the reading we've just done. So it is more beneficial to watch part 1 and then come over to part 2. And these crossing energies, I'm kind of loving it for some of the other signs that I've been doing. It kind of goes into a little bit deeper into what's influencing you in those areas. So let's see, I am using the Wandering Star, I think, tarot. I will try and confirm in the comments below, the description below, sorry. This card's calling me. Okay, let's see what the crossing energies are for you, Scorpio. So, in the Judgment card reversed toward the Knight of Pentacles, this energy was just giving me kind of bumps and things in your journey, keeping a kind of a goal or an aspiration out of reach, kind of out of arm's length is the word that I remember using. And the influence for you is the Page of Cups. So this is kind of, I feel like instantly as I'm seeing this right now, is that you want to create something that's kind of fun. It feels magical. It feels like you're in this space where you want something to happen that's going to bring kind of joy to you. So the bumps and the umps and bumps and little things that are getting in your way, I really feel like because it is joy that you're seeking, these are dragging you down. It's kind of like when you're all happy and then someone just brings in like that argues with you for no reason, and it shifts your mood because you're in such a good mood and they've just come at you in negativity and it kind of puts you in a downer. And that's the vibe I'm getting from this card. I kind of get that your emotional cup is full, and again I am getting this transitional vibe. I feel like you're going through a spiritual transition right now, where you're like, this is happening for all of us, but it's where things in our life is coming up and really brewing, and the things that no longer align with us anymore are these bumps and what's in the row. And it's kind of bringing little things that saying, look, this is what you don't want, look when it happens. And this can be, and I feel like there's something that you do need to let go of. There's something here that is just, it's the universe is showing you what you need to either let go of or what needs to change, like the areas for you to work on, because this is a spiritual transition. This is the universe going, okay, look, we know what you want, so we're going to show you how to get it. And it's showing you by putting little blocks in your road. So it's not that it's out of reach. You have this influence and energy here that's saying, if you want that, this is how we get it. So I kind of am loving that in that position, because it gives us insight on how to move forward. Trust your intuition. I'm getting the imagery on this is like I'll see if I can show you what I'm seeing. So I only want to show you the part of the card. You see them eyes all around it. They literally go all around the room. Now I am seeing this like as in trust in your intuition, that you are so divinely guided right now. I feel like that trusting in yourself and what you see and what you feel, it will be really kind of eye-openers. That eye-opening is the kind of vibing right now. Eye-opening for you, and kind of, like I said, changing something. Letting go, moving, I don't know. Okay, so what's moving you from that out of reach grasp and influencing you towards this really seriousness, but you taking control? It's definitely got this sense of control here with the King of Cups and the Emperor energy. King of Cups, again, is all about kind of, he's in control emotionally, and that way I feel like you are taking a very serious approach with this. He was giving me all serious, and the Emperor was giving me full-blown serious. The Emperor can be quite aggressive in his approach, and it's not being mean. He's not doing it to be mean. He's doing it because he knows what works. He already knows the best tactic moving forward, and he's in charge. And this is the energy I'm in. What's influencing you towards that energy, again, is joy. We have the Three of Cups, and this is wanting family, abundance, joy, happiness, friendship. I feel like you are seeking the balance to go towards good stuff. And actually, as I'm saying that, I am seeing that perhaps all the seriousness is that you have kind of either work obligations or something that's along the lines of hard work that just keeps coming in the way of you being able to enjoy your downtime. But it's making you be serious in your downtime, because I get this it affecting those around you. So I feel like the people that you want to be happy for and all joyous around are the people that are affected that you actually want to be happy for. You want to be able to relish in their company. However, like, it's because of things getting in your way, it's having that opposite effect. But the desire for that is really influencing you to move forward. And I get this sense of you wanting to share your time and your energy with these people. So it's a really good influence, and I do feel it's a good drive. We just have to keep that vision in perspective. And I did have that, I remember saying in part 1 about you focusing and keeping your eye on the target intention. And I feel like that's the whole point. You're deviating from that goal by being in that serious and pushing people away from you when you want to be closer to them. You see how that's deviating from that goal of being close to them because they don't want to be close to you. When you're being moody, like, no one wants to be around somebody who's making them feel miserable, and that feels harsh to say, but it is the true reality, isn't it? If someone around you is being all serious and moody when you're trying to have a good time, as we said here with the Page of Cups of that happening in your energy, it's like, don't be that energy for somebody else as well. Be mindful of those that you care about. The Ten of Cups energy was feeling like, yes, you want, like, you're craving emotional balance and kind of wanting those good, happy family times. And the Death card that felt like it's something in you of needing to let go. And this felt like it was kind of a relationship as well, or something that you want to hold on to that can help you grow. And I do get this sense of needing to hold on to that. It doesn't feel like fully letting go. We had the Commitment card that was in this position too. It says to commit to something. So if you're not going to let go of it, commit to working on it. If you have a friendship that needs work, commit to being that less serious thing around. I feel like just making a commitment to ensure that you are nurturing these areas is a great thing. The energy influence in this is Tower card, so it's a breaking down of not the foundation. You're breaking your walls down to the foundation. Sorry, is what I'm trying to say. This is about releasing. So coming into that Death card, it is releasing something. Now, when we say letting go, sometimes in a relationship, we have to let go of something in order to heal it. And this is the dynamic I'm feeling, because I'm not feeling a breaking up a relationship or kind of dismissing a friend. I am feeling that you're wanting to hold on to this and nurturing that and strengthening that area. So the Tower card is kind of like letting go of something that is damaging to it, and that really does make sense with the Death card actually as well. So the Tower card and the Death card being here means that it is time to let go of a way of being, and there might be something in here, like, if you are too controlling. So I'm going to use the relationship dynamic because this makes sense of how to explain the energy. So if you are feeling, I'm just going to move that mirror out the way of the cat before he knocks it off. That Tower energy is, I forgot where I was going with that. Hang on, let me just get my trail of thought back again. Okay, so anyway, using the relationship situation, sorry, I had to remember what I was saying. Using that relationship energy it's like something is not working. Like, for example, you being too dominant within the relationship is pushing that person away. Let go of that need for control, that need to be the one in charge of this relationship. Allow that person to feel validated in what they want as well, and open up your eyes to seeing what needs to change within that dynamic in order for you to be able to keep that relationship, to nurture it. Because I really do feel like the way you are being right now is pushing this away from you, when that's not your desired outcome. So being mindful of that. I feel like that sometimes your energy can be overwhelming for your relationship, like where you are overpowering one, and that's not a good dynamic for the other person. It is great to be passionate, and it's the reasons why somebody will love you, and what, like, the qualities they love about you. However, when it is all that you're about, and you don't allow that other person to be seen, don't allow them to be heard, it becomes a toxic trait, and it becomes a problem within a relationship where you are supposed to be two equal parts. And I'm definitely open your eyes to see where the clouds are, and so here we do not want to dim your spark. We don't want you to diminish yourself, it's all about showing the best aspects of yourself towards someone in a way of love, kind of like just showing them what it is that they love about you, showing your best self, but also allowing them, I feel like nurture them is a big thing. I feel like it's always been about nurturing you, and it's kind of a weird vibe here because it feels really quite imbalanced. That other person might be feeling like they are trapped in a burning building is what I'm seeing, and I'll show you the imagery that I am seeing here. And I really do just get this sense, just opening up your eyes just to see things a little bit clearer could help you. Now I remember in this position here in part 1, we had the card of innocence. So realize you've done nothing wrong, and you're doing the best that you can. This is not telling you that you have been a bad person with a relationship and this has to change at all. Like, I'm not saying that. It's basically just acknowledging just parts of us that might have made that just dynamic become into fruition. Sometimes we just don't realize that the other person is being squashed because we've had a lot going on, or it's just the dynamic of the relationship and it now needs to shift, because relationships, like humans, like us, they need to shift and grow and evolve together. If they don't have that room to evolve, they become stagnant, and that's when they break. The pressure and the tenseness, because when something stays the same, it grows and grows and grows and grows until it snaps. But if we grow and evolve and our roots can spread and our branches can grow together, we become a massive family unit together, and it doesn't break, it just grows and flourishes. And that's what we desire, that's what we want. And actually I do see that tree imagery in this as well, the tree of life. Sorry, I don't know which way I'm going. So be mindful of that and what you are desiring. So the energy coming on from that wanting to hold on something but having to let go of a notion, a value of something that is just in the way. Moving on to that Knight of Wands, to allow someone else to carry a burden. And so with this carrying of a burden in a relationship aspect, it really is sometimes you try and be the strength for the other person, and that kind of just gives them no purpose. If they're not allowed to carry the burden too, because you're protecting them, it can make them feel like you don't believe in them, like they don't think that they are strong enough or worthy enough to be able to share your burdens. So keep that in mind. The Empress energy here. Love this. So this is the energy that's influencing you to allow yourself to share this. It's because you want to nurture and you want to keep hold of this relationship or this situation, this friendship. There's something that you want to keep hold of. And it's because you want it to flourish, you want it to grow, you see the beauty and the love and all that kind of energy within this. And the Empress energy is about that. She's about seeing the good in things and kind of reaping the rewards, all about indulgence, kind of appreciating the great things that are around her that she's helped to create. And that's what I'm getting through this with the Empress for you. This energy here is that you can appreciate and you're grateful for what you have. Like, you're onto a good thing here, you don't want to let it go, and this is what's influencing you to share those burdens and lean on this person. And I really do think that it's in your best interest to allow yourself to open up and share with this person, communicate with them. From that, a lot of pointing fingers coming at you, carrying all the burdens, all that, the energy of this feeling of you feeling like you're that person. And it's kind of interesting because we got share the burdens with others to you feeling like you're carrying too much. So you really do feel that part of yourself, that you are doing that, you are being this provider, protector, whatever it is that applies to your situation. It's like you are carrying something that's not just yours to hold. And it's the Death card. It's kind of like wanting, like this energy is wanting to put down those sticks and wanting to share. And I get that here, and I'm getting it here again. Something needs to change and transform, and that is what's happening within you. This is the Death card. It's saying this transition, this transformation that you're going through is influencing this. It is a card of endings and change, but yeah, I'm getting further insight. So this transformational energy is influencing this, of wanting to kind of be a little bit more enlightened within the situation. And I'm getting the sense of it bringing you more enlightenment. And again, like I said about 2022, bringing things to the surface and these transitions, showing us what we need to let go of, be aware of that. It could literally just be letting go of a way of being, letting go of you holding things to yourself. Is actually just sharing them with someone is an act of letting go. You're kind of giving up control in order to let somebody else in, but it also is a movement, creates movement in energy, so you go from being stagnant and stuck towards movement and flow, which is what we want to be doing every day. It's just we kind of get stuck in our ways. The energy moving from this carrying of the burdens towards this being beneficial for you and allowing things to flow more freely, prosperous, abundant time, is the Knight of Cups. So she is doing her work to be in charge of her emotions. The Knight to me is like a warrior. They are trained, they are doing the work they need to do to move forward within their role. Cups being all about emotional flow and intuition, and I feel like this is you doing that work. You are listening, you are paying attention because there's something you want and you're willing to do the work to get there. Which is why by releasing your burdens, going through this Knight of Cup energy to work towards that abundant time is leading you towards that prosperous time, that allowing things to nurture and flourish around you. I am loving that for you, Scorpio. That's good. We're doing the work. Queen of Wands energy, which is to me is like needing to, and this column was quite heavy really, because it was feeling that kind of, and the crossing energy really influencing goes exactly with what I said as well. So we had it goes into the Four of Cups, and this is giving me energy where you just kind of, yes, you're in a serious mood, and it's kind of like not wanting to face those emotions, to bring them to the surface because they are heavy emotions, or it means doing further work. This was giving me resistance more so than the prior, and I do feel like it's the bumps in the road, that all these negative things that just keep slipping up, which is putting you in that I'm just not going to try kind of mood vibe. And that's what this Four of Cups is. It's kind of yearning or wanting something but being stagnant, and you're focusing on that bad stuff rather than the cups before you. There's Four Cups here, and you're focusing on the one which is heavy energy rather than the three cups which are full of better moods, of happiness, joy, love. You're focusing on something that just really does not matter in the larger scheme of things, so keep that in mind. But this is what's keeping you stuck in that I'm serious, moody, and it's really not helping you, the energy and the environment surrounding you. What's moving you from this stubbornness towards that kind of hermit energy, and it was giving me, if I can just look at the imagery, it's giving me that, again, closing off energy rather than opening up. We have the Five of Wands. Okay, so the Five of Wands is a 5 in tarot. It's a change and a shift. And it is the shift in you. And I feel like it's a lot because it's changing something that you've done for so long or that has worked in your favor. And again, I'll use the relationship analogy for this, with the sense of sometimes when you get together and how you are together, the dynamic sets a precedent for how your relationship goes. And sometimes if we don't evolve that, it stays on this one track, and this is when things start going badly for us. And it kind of gets this vibe for me. It's like a shift of something needs to happen, but because of how things have been for so long, it's kind of like you compete to be that more stronger one, because to you, that is you showing love. That's how you're showing the person that you care. It's how you're showing that you put your all in, and it's like a competition of like, look how great I am for you. I don't feel like that's beneficial for you, and I feel like, yes, it enticed this relationship, it made it exciting, it made the person feel loved, but they want to show you how much they love you. They want to do their part, and I feel like that this could make you feel unloved, but they're like, I want to do that, but you're just not allowing me to do that because you're being that stronger person. Like, you're trying to show them that they love you, that you love them more, but it's not a competition. Like, I feel like sometimes, when you're like, I love you, and you're, I love you more, and I love you most, and you kind of compete with each other. But in reality, like, it's an equal thing. Like, the whole act of that competition is equality. Like, you're both trying to show each other that, I care so much about you. And even when sometimes you know that equality is there, but sometimes it can feel like if the other person is going, I love you more, it's like they're like, it can feel like they actually think that they love you more, Or you can be like, oh, so you think like, oh, I really do love you more, because every time you say I love you more, it's like your heart expands deeper, like I love you more, and you kind of begin to feel that and believe that. Or if they're saying it and it's like you think, oh, maybe they think, you know what I mean? You're tricking your brain with words that you're speaking. And this is what we mean here. We have that positive thoughts create positive results. It's focusing on things that are not important, because how someone expresses themselves is different to how you're going to express yourself. And some people just feel things differently or express things differently. Does not mean it's more or less. It's literally who they are. And I feel like sometimes we need to love a person for how they are and who they are, how they kind of show themselves. We're all like a work of art, and sometimes how somebody loves is so kind of beautiful, but we don't take a step back and realize and acknowledge this, like in that secret, subtle way. It's like I'm going to use an example. So let's say somebody who's a nurturer. How they show love is literally how they cook their food for you, make sure you have lunch, they worry about you when you're sick, they'll do anything for you. That's like really nurturing, motherly love. And it's really beautiful. It's kind of in acts of kindness is how they're showing you their expression of love. Some people are providers, so how they show you love is they will buy things for you, anything you ask for, give you surprises, and earn the money, like go away and work and try and get higher up and work harder and harder. And the influence is because they're doing it so that they can provide everything for the person they love, and that's how they show and express that. And I think acknowledging and appreciating that in a person is really great. And I feel that kind of switch in perspective, if you are wishing to keep hold of a relationship, is actually acknowledging how that person shows love. It's not how you do. You are not that person. They are not you. And I think appreciating those things can really help mend something, and showing, I feel like communication with that can be really beneficial. Saying I see you. There is nothing more romantic than saying to someone, I see you. Obviously, this reading is not necessarily meant to be a relationship reading. It does feel very relevant to many of you Scorpios. But if this is regarding a situation and not a love for you, apply it to where you need to. Because this really could be applied to anything. Like in career situations, with this 5 of Wands, is you being competitive can be kind of influencing you towards that hiding and shutting yourself away. And I kind of want you to apply everything that I've said into a scenario of your own, because this is a generalized reading for all Scorpios. So take it as you need to, as it applies. We are ending with the Wheel of Fortune. So a change of luck is coming. Like things are going the way they're supposed to. The Wheel of Fortune really is a switch of luck. It is a destiny card. It is you're on the right path. And you have had so much of that through part 1. And it's coming through as your final card. The final card wraps up the whole reading, and it's saying you are having a shift of luck. Things are changing, like the way things are going the way they're supposed to go, and to kind of flow with it and allow things to work in the way that they should. And that doesn't mean not putting in work. It means to kind of step back and allow things to flow more naturally as well. I'm getting growth here, transformation. We have the snake, and it is it's wrapping around. Now when we go through, like, it's kind of like the Kundalini effect. It's a transitioning, a spiritual evolvement, and I'm getting this for you is like things are evolving, things are shifting and changing, and it is a very positive vibe, a high vibrational feel here. So thank you very much, Scorpio. That's all I've got for you for today. Please comment below if you liked these transitional reading as well, part 1 and part 2, and I'll consider doing them again in future. All feedback is greatly appreciated, because then I know whether or not you like it. And I'll see you next month. Bye guys.